We'll just see what happens. All right, so today on the assignment thing that you have on Noodle Tools, let me go ahead and share my page. Don't go to yours yet, but in your modules, we want to do something. We want to start writing our research paper if you haven't done that yet. Now, I don't want you to set it up yet because tomorrow we're going to do formatting. Tomorrow we're going to do putting your name on it, making sure the title is in the right space. We don't have the bolds and stuff, but today what I'm going to want you to do is, this is just a draft check. And the draft check is literally you starting your draft, getting some things pasted into your paper, and submitting the link. All you're going to do is submit the link. I know I can look through it with Google and Noodle Tools, but I want you to make sure that you submit the link to me. And so that will serve two purposes, really. One, that you would already have a shared link with me with that research draft, and the other, I can make sure that your Noodle Tools and draft match up. So that's what we're doing today. Let me take the agenda off. I'm going to go to Noodle Tools and just kind of show you around just a little bit. I know you've been in it. I'm going to use not any of these here, but my Great Gatsby example. It's not a real clean example because I've just been doing hodgepodge stuff, but for our purposes, it's going to show you. This is my dashboard, it's my projects that I'm doing. I can go to my dashboard in the Great Gatsby example. So here we go here. Again, please bear with me. It's going to be a little slow, I think, maybe not. I'm not real concerned about your research question. If you want to put research questions in there, please do that. Make sure you put a thesis in there in your Noodle Tools. And I'm going to open my paper up. I can always click there to open my paper up, and I'll get back to it. And I'll get to that in just a few minutes. But what I want to primarily concentrate on is making sure on your note card page, we set up the outline. Hopefully you've already done that. I know some of you haven't already. Please go ahead and do the outline. But if you've done your note cards right, and as you do your note cards, if you set your note cards up according to your outline, it literally will write your paper. I know that sounds like a repeat for a lot of folks, but I'm using that repeating thing that I'm saying right now to stall for time as my document is opening up. So you can see that I have quite a few things here, and I'm going to look at my introduction. Oh, I just lost it. And body paragraphs, I have all these in piles, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2. What you can do, and just to, as a reminder, let me expand this up a little bit. If you just hover them over each other, it creates a pile, and that's how I've created. Oh shoot, it's going to go backwards. Okay, maybe not, thankfully. All right, so let me kind of go further over. There we go. You're able to take your cards. Let's see, I've already taken those. I'm going to do context. There's a little bit of stuff in there. You're able to take these cards and click and hold and drag a card over to your outline. And as you go over to your outline, I can put it in like my subtopic or whatever one I need. So it's just an example, but I just put that there. So there's my context there in that subtopic. So each one of these, that's what you're able to do. What you're going to do, and what I would like you to do is really, you see that I've opened up my paper here, and there it is. It's my example. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and just put it over here. This is my paper. This is my working paper. I'm going to go to a blank page just for an example. Well, while it's doing that, yeah, you can see I have a works cited page. There's a couple pages actually there for works cited. I'm just going to go down to a blank page and pretend that's my first page. Hopefully, if it'll work for me. All right, so this is my first page, and my cursor is going to get on there someplace. There it is right there. Waiting for cache. Ah, great. So, okay, so I'm going to pretend that's my first page, and it's blank, and I know there's some EBSCOhost. let me just do this. There we go. Apparently I'm on center text or something. Okay, dead air. Dead air is never good. So I know I'm clicking on things. This is killing me. This is really slow. Center line. I'm going to right or left align. There we go. So if this is my first page, I want to start putting stuff in my paper. To do that, going back to Noodle Tools on this note card page, I want to print off everything all my note cards and stuff because I have my information in it. I want to do more. Click on more, and then click print, or at least hover over print. I want to do print outline with note cards. And I can click on print outline with note cards, and I might want to leave my source up there because I want a last name or author for parenthetical citation. I don't necessarily need the URL. I don't need page numbers, tags, cues, but I do want my quotation, paraphrase. Maybe if I wrote something in my ideas, I'd keep it up there. I don't need the history of creator, but I want to export it to Google Doc. And what it's going to do, I'm going to submit. I know it's going to take a little bit, but it's going to print off, or it's going to create a Google Doc of my entire outline with all those note cards. And on those note cards is your paraphrases and your documentation, your works cited some. But what it does is give you that order of how your paper should be. And when it comes up, I'll show you how it's going to make sense. All right, so there's my hook. Now, I don't have a great hook. I didn't concentrate on actually writing a research paper. I was just throwing things in there for time purposes. But I will go ahead and split my screen. And again, I told you that maybe I'm pretending that this is my first page over here. But I will start off with my paraphrase. People not have had the same advantages you have had. I don't know. Or even my direct quote for my hook. Doesn't matter. Oh, I definitely do not want to put it in the header. Somehow I clicked in the header on this page, so hopefully I get back. But I will just go through my outline. Hopefully, I'm sorry about all the delay stuff. And highlight and Control-C copy, and then I'll come back over here to my paper and I will paste it into my paper. So, and I will continue doing that all the way down. Now, I do want you to see that I have formatting issues when I do that, because it did the outline format over in the paper over here. So, I guess I need to take away okay. Anyway, just right here where you're looking at, in my younger, more vulnerable years, I need to take that and highlight that whole thing. And then go to my format up at the top. And then when I do the format, I'm watching to see if it's working. I want to clear formatting, and it's down here at the bottom, clear formatting, once you open up that drop menu. So clear formatting, and once the formatting's done, it should take it over. I can erase that A by hitting the backspace. Notice that I'm still not right, because this up here, there it is, up there at the top, the margin is not correct. So I can correct that later. Remember, tomorrow I am going to talk about paper formatting and getting everything right, and we'll just get it right. We can work with it. I'll be able to do that once I highlight everything here. Just real quick, I can bring this over to where I am right at my half-inch margin. It should bring it over. It should bring the whole thing over. I don't know why it didn't. So delete. It didn't bring the whole thing over. There we go. So anyway, you're going to do that, and tomorrow too we'll do all the. If you want to save the spacing and everything, that'll be fine. But so that's my first part of my hook. Then maybe the background information that I need is in here. I usually would want that to be a paraphrase. There's some background, but you would end up copying what you have written. Again, I'm going to have to save time because I'm seeing a little delay and stuff that we're doing. but maybe whatever the background information is, as you scroll through your outline, you can just copy, then go back to your paper and paste in. So obviously it's not going to paste right there because it looks like I'm on center text right here again. But again, make sure that I'm taking out the formatting. And I'm just hitting back. Oh, so that was easier. I didn't have to clear formatting. I just went ahead and did a backspace, and it went to, well, it didn't go to the right margin. So it still needed to go to the half margin. So I can work with that, and I'll be happy to help you on that. That's what the rough drafts are for, and that's what I'll be working with. Let me see if I can get it back to the 1/2 inch. 0.5, 0.5. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Oh, there we go. Again, does that. So, tab. All right, so I'll just work with it later. But anyway, the outline, the Noodle Tools, the note cards help you write this paper and help you put the information in the way it's supposed to go. That's actually what was done up here when we did the analysis of Story of an Hour. We started with the paragraph, and I just added cards. And tomorrow I'll talk about the parenthetical citation, and you see that there with the author's last name on the sentence that I wrote. This was a paraphrase, but I went ahead and put the author's last name who wrote that, and then of course with Fitzgerald too. We'll talk about parenthetical citation. But anyway, I wanted you to see that whatever that you are doing at this point, go ahead and put that into your paper. So we should be writing it at this point too. And so go ahead and take care of that. Today is a lab day. Tomorrow I definitely want to do formatting and go over that with you. So everybody's going to do their formatting kind of at the same time. It's just really going to be Control A, and we'll format the whole sheet. I'll give you how to put your name on the top of the paper with all the MLA format stuff. And but right now, once you get that into your paper, all you'd have to do is go back to the draft check on the module, and you will hit submit and submit the website URL, the Google URL. I know I already have it in Noodle Tools because you shared it with me, but I want to see it from this here. And it's just a draft check. And so we have some stuff to work on today, so make sure that you are doing that. All right, so any questions, make sure you ask me. That's what I'm here for. Same, if you're online and watching this, email me, and I'll be glad to help you and get back with you. We're in short rows now with the research paper. Again, it's 4 to 6 pages, and the works cited does not count as one of your pages, but must be after the 4 to 6 pages. It must be in there. So, and of course, I have a works cited here, and we'll make sure that gets in there too. Noodle Tools does that for you, by the way. All right, so thanks, guys. Let's get to work.